less is more. This phrase is incredibly important when we talk about art and especially in cinema. It relies on the idea that audience members are smart enough or willing enough to figure things out on their own. It doesn't spoon feed you the answers, but it does give you all the necessary tools to find them. With that being said, let's break down a masterclass example of this filmmaking philosophy in Denis Villeneuve's 2010 masterpiece, Incendies. There's going to be massive spoilers ahead, so this is your warning. If you haven't seen the movie, like this video, go watch the film, and then you can come back and discuss. The film follows adult twins Jean and Simone after the sudden death of their mother Nawal. In her will, Nawal leaves them 2 letters. One is to be delivered to their father, who they thought was dead. The other is for a brother they never knew existed. This quest sends them to the Middle East, where they slowly figure out their mother's horrifying past as a political prisoner. We learn that Nawal was tortured by a man named Abu Tariq, and that she was forced to give up her firstborn son years prior. Now, if you've seen this movie, you know that everyone talks about the twist ending. It's impossible not to. But I want to talk about a specific sequence in the first act that sets everything in motion. Now, without a flawless setup, a payoff means nothing. And Incendies has one of my favorite setups. Jean Marwan is an assistant mathematics professor. The sequence begins with her being introduced by her head professor, who is giving a speech to the entire classroom. And at first listen, you're just thinking he's talking about the class, about the assignments, about what to expect. The mathematics you've studied up until now have sought to provide clear and definitive answers to clear and definitive problems. Now you will embark on a new adventure. You will face insoluble problems that will lead to other equally insoluble problems. Welcome to pure mathematics. This academic monologue is the key to the entire film. Denis Villeneuve isn't explicitly telling you about the intricate, painful journey that Jean is going to embark on. Instead, through the language of mathematics, he plants a seed. Jean then introduces the classroom to the Collat's conjecture, which is very important. The most terrifying thing about this math problem is that no matter how complicated, insane, or infinite the number is, the sequence always inevitably loops back to the number 1. This equation serves as the perfect allegory for the film's central mystery. In the very next scene, Jean and her professor discuss her family predicament. He then says, "What does your intuition tell you? Your intuition is always right. That's why you have the makings of a true mathematician." As she ponders what he tells her, he continues on. He tells her she needs a peace of mind in order to pursue pure mathematics. And in order to do so, she needs a starting point in which she could venture off on this journey. When Jean tells him that her father died in the war in Daesh, the professor counters, "You never start with the unknown variable." So she gives him a known variable. Her mother studied in Daesh University, which gives him the idea to send him to a known professor at that same university. And after that, we're off to the races. Jean treats her mother's life like a rigorous math equation. She tries to use logical reasoning to uncover her mother's past. But if we frame Jean's journey through the Collat's conjecture, a problem that seems easy to solve but is unprovable, Villeneuve warns us that trauma, life, and human cruelty do not conform to clean logic. This mathematical framework pays off in the most devastating way possible towards the end of the film. When Simone finally learns the horrifying truth about their lineage, he doesn't just tell Jean the answer. He forces her to solve it using the exact same equation that she teaches. He presents to her the impossible equation. Does 1 + 1 = 1? In pure mathematics, it makes no sense. But in this cruel world, the variable changes. Their father and their brother are not 2 separate people. They are the same person. Abu Tariq is their father and Abu Tariq is their brother. 1 + 1 = 1. This is the ultimate execution of less is more. Villeneuve doesn't give us an extensive monologue about Simon figuring out his lineage. He condenses an entire lifetime of trauma into one equation, leaving the audience to do the painful mental math on their own. While cinema is a visual medium and less is more, modern day filmmaking and modern day films tend to cater towards an audience that demands to be told everything all at once. We are screen maxing ourselves to oblivion. These executives greenlighting these types of projects are trying to compete with social media algorithms. To them, everything is just data. But that's the exact opposite of what art should be. The more we reward this spoon-fed type of storytelling, the more we lose our capacity for deep empathy and critical thought. Incendies respects your intelligence. It trusts you to sit in the discomfort of the unsolvable. And that is exactly why a film like Incendies stays with you long after the credits roll. It's one of my absolute favorite films of Denis Villeneuve's discography, and it's a perfect example of why less is more. Thank you guys for watching.